Welcome to the Juno Diddy, the Juno X-Files series. Episode 3, Synth Wars. Are you ready for mystery, for intrigue, suspense, for the greatest synthesizer epoch in the galaxy? I am your host, Synth Samurai. Together, the Synth Renegade Mafia shall conquer the world.
This morning, there is public outcry and a new push for legislation after a rise in mysterious
control and domination. That's the goal of all power systems.
drone activity over the East Coast. A federal investigation is underway, though the Department of Homeland Security says there's no evidence of a current threat to public safety. Naomi Rockham has more.
It's hovering. It's sitting right there.
Mysterious drone sightings over multiple states, including New Jersey, have led to widespread confusion and growing calls for answers.
Americans are finding it hard to believe. We can't figure out where these are coming from.
The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI are investigating the drone sightings. The agencies say so far there's no evidence of a current threat to public safety or foreign influence. The FBI has already received thousands of tips on the sightings, though it says fewer than 100 of those have produced any credible leads.
There are thousands of drones flown every day in the United States.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says his agency is sending more resources and personnel to New Jersey to help local authorities there address the sightings. New York's governor says her state will also receive federal support. But Mayorkas and other experts point out that more tools are needed to be able to deal with the growing threats that unmanned aircraft can pose.
Only parts of the Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security, and Department of Defense are allowed to detect and mitigate drones. That means drones are going to have the upper hand because our authorities are woefully inadequate.
Now, some members of Congress are pushing for legislation to also give state and local governments the technology and authority to track drones.
Well, over the weekend, police arrested 2 men on trespassing charges for flying a hazardous drone operation close to Boston's Logan International Airport. That came after officials shut down New York's Stewart International Airport temporarily Friday night because of drone activity in the area.
From the FBI and state police about all those drones spotted in New Jersey, they're urging the public do not shine laser pointers at them after several incidents of plane and helicopter pilots getting hit with the lasers in their eyes during flights.
Right. The White House finally has broken its silence on the topic, saying that the drones seen over the Northeast are a mix, they say, of law enforcement, commercial, and hobbyist drones, saying no public or national security threat has been found.
We got ABC's Perry Russell with the latest.
The White House today working to calm concern over the reported drones hovering over the Northeast.
There's no national security threat we're seeing at this time and no threat to public safety.
ABC News cannot confirm what these videos show. National Security spokesman John Kirby on GMA this morning saying people are seeing a mix of law enforcement, commercial, and hobbyist drones in the sky.
Most of these aircraft are doing good things. They're delivering products. They're being tested for science purposes. They're conducting law enforcement missions.
Drones have been reported in at least 7 states in the Northeast. Federal sources tell ABC News they're deploying infrared cameras and drone detection technology to ensure those flying over New York and New Jersey are not a threat.
Thousands upon thousands fly in our skies legally and lawfully every single day, doing all kinds of good things for the public good. And the Northeast Corridor is one of the busiest.
President-elect Trump demanding more government transparency.
I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense.
The FBI says it's concerned after seeing an increase of pilots being hit in the eyes with lasers after people on the ground think they see a drone. Investigators say do not aim lasers at suspected drones.
We are also concerned people will take matters into their own hands and fire a weapon at an aircraft.
Drones have also been reported near Trump's estate in Bedminster, New Jersey. John Kirby says that area is restricted airspace, and they are confident in their ability to keep that airspace safe and secure. Perry Russell, ABC News, Washington.
Welcome.
Check this out.
To the Juno Diddy series, baby. Agent Black has sent me the USB stick. I have went and retrieved it. For those of you who don't know what happened in episode 1 and episode 2, the greatest podcast, the most popular podcast in the world, run by Bo Hogan and Rachel Madcow, are gonna recap it for you real quick right now.
Okay, so get this, right? Today we are diving into a YouTube video, and it claims P Diddy's parties involved, get this, a synthesizer conspiracy.
You have got to be kidding me.
No, I am serious. And honestly, it gets even wilder, trust me. We got secret government agencies, hidden hard drives. It's like, I don't know, someone took a blender to like an 80s spy movie and just hit pulse.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we'll keep our critical thinking hats on, right?
Yeah, good, because with these online rabbit holes, it's, you just never know what you're going to find. It's so important to be able to separate, you know, fact from fiction, especially when a video throws around all these like dramatic claims, you know?
Totally. So the video actually uses the whole recent controversy with P Diddy, right, as a jumping off point. Like all those allegations, the arrest, it was a whole thing.
Oh, for sure. And it really got people talking, which I think is important context here. Because this case, and it was serious, it generated a ton of chatter online, like memes, speculation, everything. So that backdrop, I think, really helps us understand the online ecosystem this video is coming from, right?
Yeah. For sure. For sure. Okay. So the video itself comes from a creator called, get this, Synth Samurai?
Synth Samurai.
Synth Samurai, that's right. And he's claiming he bought a used Juno X synthesizer, which is like a classic 80s synth, if anyone's keeping track.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets a little strange. After he buys it, he gets a call from the Synth Intelligence Agency.
The Synth Intelligence Agency.
You got it, Synth Intelligence Agency. And it gets better. So Synth Samurai, he claims this synthesizer, it wasn't just any synth. This thing was supposedly used in Diddy's parties, and it has a hidden hard drive. And this hard drive is packed with, let's just say, sensitive information.
Okay, yeah. Now the alarm bells are starting to go off in my head a little bit. So what do you think? About his claims, I mean. Is he being serious here, or is this like a case of, elaborate satire? Like, how is he presenting all this? What are the clues?
Oh, you haven't even heard the half of it. This is where Synth Samurai really leans into, like, the whole spy thriller vibe, So he introduces this shadowy figure, right, and calls him Agent SS.
Mm-hmm.
And Agent SS, he claims, stole the hard drive and is on the run.
Wow.
Right. And if that wasn't enough, he starts getting these threatening emails from, wait for it, Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom. They really went all out with that one. But it's interesting, right? Because you've hit on something there. Like all this, it's like classic spy thriller tropes,
Totally. Yeah.
The secret agents and cryptic messages and like shadowy organizations, right? Pulling the strings. It's almost like a formula, isn't it? To keep you hooked.
By clicking, right.
Yeah.
It's like the algorithm has figured out the perfect formula to keep us glued to our screens. But hold on, because it gets even wilder. So, Synth Samurai then claims he got coordinates for something called a geocast drop.
A geocast drop? What is that?
Yeah, so basically it's like this super secret way to transfer information, right? He's talking about a treasure trove of information. And then, get this, he even mentions cartels getting involved.
Okay, so this is where it feels like he's kind of building this whole fictional world, don't you think?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it really plays on all those anxieties that we have, right? Right. About privacy and surveillance in the digital age. Like when you really think about it, how secure is our data? Who actually has access to this stuff?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with how easy it is to track our every move online.
Yeah.
Everything gets analyzed.
Right. So even though, logically, we probably know that we're not all caught up in this web of international espionage.
Yeah.
These kinds of stories, they can really make us question, can't they? Like what's real, what's not, it gets blurry.
100%. And it's so easy to get caught up in all the drama.
Yeah.
Especially when Synth Samurai himself seems so genuinely afraid.
Oh yeah, and that's smart, right? Because when the storyteller appears genuinely afraid, it just makes it all feel more believable, even if the details are outlandish. Like, have you encountered that before online? How did it make you feel?
And it's not even just about him, right? Like, remember how he starts getting worried about his wife?
Oh, totally, yeah. Bringing family into it, it just, it adds another layer to it all, doesn't it? Like, it makes the stakes seem so much higher.
100% makes you wonder, like, are the people around me in danger too?
Right. Exactly. And, it's such a primal fear, isn't it? Like, this idea that what we do has consequences. Like, it goes beyond us. I think that's what gets people hooked. Even if they're skeptical, they can't help but wonder.
Yeah, no, totally. And, he really lays it on thick at the end, like the big reveal. It never actually happens.
Oh, really?
It's like he's building to this huge climax and then, cut to black. So in episode 2, Synth Samurai finds himself in what feels like a real-life spy thriller.
A spy thriller with synthesizers. This is getting good.
Right. He's being followed.
No.
He's getting these cryptic messages from this mysterious contact.
Who's the contact?
He's only known as Agent SS.
Agent SS.
Yeah. And as all this is happening, Synth Samurai is becoming more and more convinced that he has stumbled onto something really big.
Bigger than a synthesizer.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Something potentially dangerous.
Now it's serious. Right. And that's what I love about this whole setup.
Yeah.
It starts with this almost absurd idea.
Right.
A musician has used synthesizer.
Right.
But it just spirals into this web of intrigue.
Absolutely.
Government agencies.
Classic conspiracy theory.
Yeah. And these possible conspiracies.
I'm hooked already.
Right.
Let's keep going.
This is where things get even crazier.
Oh, boy.
So, Agent SS.
Okay.
He's been sending these coded messages to Synth Samurai, right?
Yeah.
And finally, he reveals...
What's he reveal?
The truth about these modified synthesizers.
No.
And they are not just instruments.
What are they?
They are straight up surveillance devices.
Surveillance devices.
Like, they've got it all.
What do you mean?
Hidden hard drives.
Okay.
Microphones.
Wow.
Cameras.
Hidden cameras.
Even LTE radios.
No way.
They thought of everything.
So they're like fully functional spying devices disguised as synthesizers.
Exactly.
That's both ingenious and terrifying at the same time.
Right. And this is where I think Synth Samurai's story, even though it sounds totally bonkers, it kind of connects with these real fears that people have about technology today, because this whole idea of everyday objects being used for surveillance, it's not really science fiction anymore.
Not at all. It's becoming more and more common.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's unsettling to think about.
So you've got these modified synths.
Okay.
Super high-tech surveillance.
Right.
And where does Synth Samurai's investigation lead him?
Where does it go?
To the New York City mayor's office.
The mayor's office?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So through some really impressive, digital detective work,
All right.
Synth Samurai and Agent SS,
Yeah.
they uncover this connection
Okay.
between the synthesizers and a specific Class C subnet.
A Class C subnet.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with networking stuff.
So basically it's a range of IP addresses that are usually reserved for like government agencies.
Oh, wow.
So that's a pretty big deal.
That is a pretty big deal.
And as if things couldn't get any weirder,
Let me guess, it gets weirder.
it gets so much weirder.
Okay.
Because right as Synth Samurai is uncovering all this, breaking news hits.
What happens?
The mayor of New York City,
No way.
Eric Adams,
Okay.
he gets indicted by a federal grand jury on corruption charges.
Corruption charges.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance this is all connected?
Well, Agent SS certainly seems to think so.
What does he think?
He believes that these charges against the mayor,
Yeah.
they're just a smokescreen,
A smokescreen.
a distraction,
To hide what?
to hide a much larger conspiracy.
What kind of conspiracy?
Okay, so according to Agent SS,
Yeah.
Mayor Adams,
Yeah.
he wasn't just corrupt.
Okay.
He was running this whole international black market operation,
Right.
supplying these modified synths,
The same ones.
yeah, to elite parties.
Elite parties. Think like,
Yeah.
what kind of parties?
High-profile people,
Okay.
celebrities,
Right.
politicians,
Oh, wow.
maybe even world leaders.
World leaders attending these underground synth parties.
I know, it sounds crazy.
It does sound crazy, but I'm kind of believing it.
Right. And Agent SS thinks they were using these synths to gather information.
Information on these high-profile individuals.
Exactly. So we're talking about these elite parties.
Right.
With all these important people, and they might not even realize
That they're being spied on.
exactly.
Wow, that's wild.
It's like something out of a movie, right?
Totally.
But it makes you wonder why go through all that trouble.
Yeah, why not just use, like, normal surveillance?
Right. Why hide it in a synthesizer?
That's a good point.
Well, Agent SS has an answer for that, too.
Okay, what's his theory?
He thinks it's all about plausible deniability.
Plausible deniability.
Like, if someone finds these synths,
Yeah.
they're just gonna think they're instruments.
Right.
Who would suspect a synthesizer of being a listening device?
True, it's such an unexpected item.
Exactly.
Clever but creepy.
But just when you think this whole thing can't get any more intense,
There's more.
oh, there's more.
What happens?
Synth Samurai's investigation takes this sudden turn,
Okay.
like it's straight out of an action movie.
All right, what now?
There's an explosion.
An explosion.
Yeah, at a suspected synth lab
No way.
in Atlanta.
Whoa.
And then, get this,
What?
a truck crashes.
What was in the truck?
It was full of synthesizers
Oh my god.
on their way to California.
This is insane.
It seems like someone is trying to cover their tracks.
Right, they're tying up loose ends.
And Synth Samurai might be getting too close for comfort.
He could be in danger.
And if that wasn't enough,
There's more.
this is where it gets really strange.
Okay.
Agent SS just goes completely silent.
He disappears.
And Synth Samurai gets a message
From who?
from this mysterious new figure.
Who is it?
He only calls himself Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom.
I know, it sounds like a bad guy from a comic book.
This is getting weirder and weirder.
Right. And Dr. Doom, he says that the Syndicate,
The Syndicate?
yeah, whoever they are,
Okay.
they want that USB drive that Synth Samurai found.
The one with all the information.
The one with all the supposed proof.
This is it. The stakes just got real.
Dr. Doom even warns Synth Samurai
What does he say?
that he's in over his head
He's got himself into something big.
and that the Syndicate will do whatever it takes to get that drive.
Oh man, this is intense.
So we come to the end of Synth Samurai's videos,
Yeah.
and we're left with more questions than answers.
Right, like what happens next?
Exactly. Is Synth Samurai onto something real?
Yeah, is there really a massive conspiracy?
Or is this all just some elaborate hoax?
It could be someone messing with him online.
That's the thing about these online mysteries.
You never know what's real.
Exactly, and that's what makes them so fascinating.
It makes you think.
So, we started with a used synthesizer.
Yeah, simple online purchase.
And now we're caught in this web of
International intrigue.
government secrets.
Hidden surveillance.
It's crazy.
It really makes you think twice about the technology we use every day.
Right. Because who knows what's really going on behind the scenes.
Exactly. Maybe we're all being...
Now that we've recapped episode 1 and 2 from the most famous podcast in the world, Bo Bogan, and Rachel Madcow. They just went over the last 2 episodes, and I'll tell you what, episode 3 is gonna blow your mind. I'd like to welcome you all to episode 3 of the Juno X-Files, the insane, mysterious, suspenseful, and I'll tell you what, man, I came ready tonight. Nobody's getting in here tonight, okay? The doors are locked. The missus is in a safe house, and I've spent this last week retrieving the Juno Diddy USB drive from Agent Sules. I've got updates coming from Agent Sules. I've got updates on my progress to retrieve that USB hard drive, and we'll go over it together tonight, man. I'd like to welcome you all. Who do we got? We got Harmonic Sonics, Apollo Hanzo, Studio FX. We got Symptoms of Reality. We've got The Machines 1, Echo Craft, Thomas Yam. What's up, baby? We got Maz 505, Mazur. Uncle Jerry's World, of course. We got the ape in the house. Everybody's here, man. So let's not waste any time. Let's get going. It's crazy. I told Echo Craft today, I'm about to sell this Juno X because I don't want no part of this anymore. All I wanted to do was get a nice synthesizer to play some music on that was full of sounds. And what do I end up with? I end up with something that came from a P Diddy party that was used as a surveillance device run in a racket by Mayor Eric Adams, who was running a bunch of black market synthesizers to all these parties all over the world. And now I'm caught up with the Synthesizer Intelligence Agency, Dr. Doom, and God knows who else is on my trail. So let's get on over here and I'll take you through what happened last week when I went and picked up those hard drives. All right, I'm just on my way. I got the update from the drone drop from Agent Black and Agent Sules. I got to go pick up the Juno Diddy USB drive, the encrypted hard drive, which has all the keys to the Juno Diddy. I don't know, wish me luck, man. This is it's gonna take me probably about 2-3.5 hours to get to the drop zone. Once I get to the drop zone, I'll retrieve the USB stick, and then I'll be heading back to Samurai Castle to get an update from Agent Sules and see what we can find on that hard drive, man. We'll talk later. I'll keep you updated. All right, I've been driving all day, man. I got the location, coordinates. I'm about to go pick up the USB stick with the encryption keys to the Juno Diddy hard drive. Hopefully I can find it. It's getting dark. I got lost a few times. I got tailed a few times. And I mean, this ain't no joke, man. This isn't as simple of a retrieval because I got people on my butt this whole ride. But I'll be picking it up now in about hopefully 10-15 minutes. And getting it back home, and then we'll open that baby up and see what's on it. All right, I'm at the spot to get the coordinates. I gotta go figure this out now. It shouldn't take long. I think I know where it is, so let's get going here. All right, it's a long friggin' drive, a long friggin' day. I was being followed the whole friggin' time. And to be honest, man, I'm pretty much done with this. I don't even know if I want this Juno X anymore. I've had enough fucking crap going on. Excuse my language, but I just need this over with now. And I didn't even want any part of this to freaking begin with. And now I gotta freaking hike through this damn woods. Freezing cold. But I said I was gonna do it, and somebody's got to be the person to expose this crap. And if that person's gotta be me, and that person's got to be me. So where are we here? They said coordinates are going to be by big rocks. There it is. USB stick. Got it. Let's get out of here. For this, man. Lucky I'm in real good shape, man. That's all I know. All right, I'm out of here. Let's go.
Synth Samurai. I got it up, man. Agent Black and the task force has done some great work. They're making great progress. Soon we will have a complete file with Doom. We will know exactly who he is and what makes him tick. In the meantime, they've also made a breakthrough on the USB key. The USB key is an add-on to the Juno X. It's not the hard drive. Like we suspected, it was the modified firmware for the Juno X that was the actual target. In this firmware, there is modified sound files. Modified sound files that when you connect them to your synthesizer, allows you to control the virus. Program it, control it, turn it on, turn it off, make it do things, make Doom do things. You have him. The main thing is that with this USB key comes into your possession, you never let it go. You learn how to press the door. You'll need to get stick. Look back closer to you than you think. Time comes. Be ready. Be strong. Watch out for Doom. Watch out for the Mafia. Only trust the Synth. Synth Samurai. Agent Sules. Agent Black just gave me an update. Dr. Doom will soon be ours. They're still trying to collect the information about his past, which we'll share with you shortly. But what we have found out is that this USB key is very important to Dr. Doom. The USB key and the Juno X are meant to be together. It controls the virus. On the USB key, Synth Samurai, there are some files known as sonogenics. These files, these are sound wave files, synth sounds, samples that you can play when plugged into your keyboard. And when you play these sounds in a certain way, it controls the virus inside Dr. Doom. It controls Doom. That is why he wants the USB key. That is why he's after you. That is why he will stop at nothing to get that key. The Juno X. The Synth Samurai, they know about the key. Oh, sorry, the Synth Mafia knows about the key. And that's why they're after it as well.
J.D. Fox was no ordinary child. Numbers, patterns, and systems made sense to him in ways no one could explain. His mind, a labyrinth of logic and creativity, quickly outpaced traditional schooling. Raised by parents embedded in the hacking world, J.D. was groomed for something greater, something far beyond the simple chaos the Legion of Doom embraced. As J.D. matured, his understanding of systems grew beyond anyone's imagination. Under the alias Spectre Zero, he became a ghost, leaving no trace. For J.D., hacking wasn't just breaking into systems. It was an elegant puzzle, a challenge he was born to win. With each successful hack, his legend grew. But as his power expanded, J.D.'s ambitions outgrew the Legion's goals. J.D. realized that the Legion's goals were too small. His vision stretched beyond chaos. He wanted control. Control over the systems, over the world itself. So, J.D. left the Legion. As Spectre Zero, he exposed corruption and became a hero. But his fame drew powerful enemies who would stop at nothing to silence him. In the shadows of the digital world, Spectre Zero found his calling. Hacking wasn't just breaking systems. It was exposing the rot beneath society's surface. He didn't hack for gain. He hacked to reveal the truth: corruption, bribery, abuse of power. Each revelation made him a hero. News outlets reported his leaks. Underground networks praised him as a legend. But the more the people revered him, the more enemies he made. The elites, who built empires on the weak, saw him as a threat, and they would stop at nothing to silence him. They couldn't defeat him in public opinion, so they devised another plan: capture him. Spectre Zero was a ghost, but even ghosts make mistakes. A task force was created to track his every move, waiting for a single mistake, a glitch, a breach in his anonymity. They captured him and took him to a secret facility, subjecting him to relentless psychological warfare. They injected him with a virus, a weapon disguised as a medical trial, meant to break him. In desperation, JD did the unthinkable, merging himself with the virus and digital systems he once controlled. Inside, JD transformed. He was becoming something beyond comprehension. In a desperate gamble, he reached into the very core of the digital realm. A virus, engineered to destroy him, became the key, the gateway to powers beyond human reach. No longer a mere mortal, he merged, binding with the virus, fusing with the network, and connecting with the quantum computer he once fought to conquer. Bit by bit, code by code, his being was rewritten. He was evolving, transforming, becoming something entirely new, a force of raw, boundless digital and biological power. When the cocoon cracked, JD was gone. In his place stood Doom, a being of power, neither fully human nor machine. The man they had tried to destroy no longer existed. Only Doom remained. His power drew others to him. The Synth Mafia saw an ally, but for Doom, they were merely pawns. Doom used them, took their resources, and left them in chaos. With his power bound to both the biological and digital realms, he has become a force beyond mortal comprehension. There is now only one person that stands between him and his ultimate revenge: Synth Samurai.
The Juno X and the USB key is as good as ours. The agency always gets what it wants. Our resources are unlimited. We have the best agents all over the world, eyes and ears listening to every frequency. Don't ever underestimate us. Clones will not fool us. Traveling to far-flung places with the USB key will not fool us. Nothing will fool us. Soon, it will all be ours.
Where's Uli Berenger keeping the clones? Where are they?
What the heck is going on here?
You're hooked up to electrocution. Where is Uli keeping the clones?
Where am I? What have you done with my family? I'm not telling you where the new clones are. If you think I'm gonna give up Uli Berenger, you're mistaken. What is this you got tied to my head?
It's 10,000 volts of electricity.
I don't
Where
care
are
if
the
you electrocute
clones?
me. I don't know where the clones are.
Alistair, shock him. Now.
I'll never tell. I'll never tell.
Do you know who else we have as a guest? I bet Mr. Samurai can guess. Hey, Synth Samurai. Missing one of your clones? You'll never find him. He will never see daylight again. Nothing will fool us. Not a clone, not a car chase. Nothing. Soon, Synth Samurai, the USB key, the Juno X, everything will be in the hands of the agency. Then Dr. Doom is ours. Ours to control. The agency has many resources. Many that you cannot comprehend.
The Synth Samurai is a lot closer than anyone understands. Although we believe we have the last of the clones, we're keeping him somewhere very close by. As soon as we can determine he is the last of the clones, we will make our next move. Soon, the real Synth Samurai, along with the Juno X and the USB key, will be ours. Nothing can stop the agency.
Synth Samurai, I hope you enjoyed the movie that I sent you. I know that the SIA is tracking my every move. I also know that Agent Sules has pinpointed my exact location. I was once Spectre Zero, doing good things for this world. But I was captured and tortured and turned into this monster. I will not let it happen again. I am going to go underground. But before I do, I wanted you to get this message and see exactly what you're dealing with.
In our code, we define a class named Digital Doom. Within this class, we initialize it with a target. So we have def in it with target as a parameter. Then we set self.target to the target and self.status to dormant. Now let's define the activation method. We use defactivate, and within this method, we change the status to active. Then we print a message saying launching Digital Doom in, followed by the target. Finally, we call a method to corrupt the system. Def corrupt system self-detail. Streams are created using a list comprehension, fstream I for I in range 1 to 5 for each stream in streams, print of compromising stream, self, overload. Def overload, self, print system overload, error restart required. Self status is set to overloading. Hash deploy Digital Doom target is set to critical infrastructure. Doom is instantiated as Digital Doom target Doom. Activate print system compromised by Digital Doom.
talking about that. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, but I'm not because I ran out of crazy pills. I need more. When am I getting paid?
On tonight's episode of the Unanswered Oddities, Exarchies. The ritual of self-harassment saw some of the mythical humans trying to mystically transform their bodies through motion alchemy and strain worship. Legend claims these punishment ceremonies resulted in a metamorphosis that made humans healthier, stronger, and helped hide their personalities. Humans that successfully shapeshifted would no longer have to wear their shirt in the pool. Unthinkable today. The monolith, in its infinite wisdom, assures us that any physical activity beyond our daily duties is completely unnecessary, as we are already in peak form needed for our individual job assignments. Which might make one wonder, was the extra torment of Exarchies really worth it? Rural Morgmog, now 6 hours from Deedle. One Glurin has transformed.
I don't know how it happened, I was just doing my lurks. I wanted to find a human so I could prove they were real. And I thought, humans might be a little twisted like me, and want to get under a rock so they could wait. Just regular, eerie waiting. And so I'd pick up a rock and look under it, no human, and I'd pick up another rock, look under it, no human, and I just kept doing that day after day, month after month. And I'd start leaking this salty syrup stuff, which I'd never leaked before, and I've leaked a lot of stuff, so I tried to lick this up, of course, and it just kept coming, and it was so salty, but I kept licking, so I was lurking, lifting, licking, lurking, lifting, licking, and I didn't realize it, but I was exarchizing. By the time I tried to stop, it was too late. I transformed. I used to be desirable. Now I can lurk a mile in 6 minutes. I've never been more confident. I've never felt so good. Be strong, Bobo, be strong. Emotionally, physically, I am yacked.
For most humans, the process of exarchies went a little something like this. They would visit a man named Jim and pay to sit on his bench so they could lift some dumb-looking bells and be forced to watch a fox read them the news. I'm not gonna say I am more than that line. I am complicated. I am complex. I am a sandstorm in a rose garden. And if I have to say that stupid line one more time, I will blow my brains out, and that would be quite the sight.
Exarchies does indeed seem like a silly process, but some Glurins object to the monolith's assurances that we do not need it.
Listen up, brother. The only person who gets to tell Tiggy what not to do is Tiggy, and I don't even listen to him, which is exactly why I am going to start exarchizing.